we got people that's actually that wants to join. So that's even
Yeah.
better. So um
All right. So we're currently live right now on Let's Hash It Out on Facebook and Let's Hash It Out podcast on YouTube. So so yeah. So if anybody wants to oh
I just want everybody to know,
get
please
everybody a
don't
chance to
hold
come
back.
in.
Don't hold back what you have to say. I think I explained this on many episodes. There is no judgment here. We're not here to like argue. We're here to have a conversation. Um Try to meet in the middle ground, come to a common ground between men and women about certain topics that we might agree on and disagree on. So please feel free to speak your mind. Don't hold back. We don't judge over here. We don't want you to hold back. So whatever's on your mind, please feel free to speak your mind on this podcast. Please don't hold back nothing.
Hey, what's up, Dr. D? Hey, appreciate you coming through. Um so for those of you that want to share the podcast and where it's at, this is the YouTube link. I shared it in a private chat. Even those that's in the lobby, they can check it out as well. And if y'all want to share that out, I think. Hey, Bridge, appreciate the reactions on Facebook. We got 3 reactions so far. Appreciate that. We are here with Tay Talks. She's joining us today to talk about some topics that S Rider crafted up for us today, and it's gonna be a very interesting show. Hey, Kathy, appreciate you coming through. What's up, Bridge? And y'all
Oh yeah.
starting to come through already. I appreciate that. I see y'all. It's gonna be a very interesting discussion. I always say, I go into these episodes, I want to say like 80% blind. I don't know what direction Sean is gonna go into this. This kind of how we have it crafted up. I kind of get like a synopsis just so I know how to, produce everything.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be very interesting. And we are joined today by Tay Talks. Sorry. So Tay, while we got people kind of filing in, kind of let us know where we can find you. We're gonna go over it again, of
So,
course, when the show starts, but just
okay,
right
cool.
now.
So my name is Taylor. I created Tay Talks on
I see
Instagram,
at the bottom.
Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me on all 3 places. It's Tay Talks Podcast, but it's Podcass.
Yeah, so just how it is on the that's gonna be going throughout the entirety of the podcast. So definitely check that out. Tay Talk Podcast on
Yes.
Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And she'll be talking about some of the projects that she has going on with her right now. And we definitely, myself and Sean included, gonna do what we can to help uplift her and get her word out, as well as while she's here, have a conversation with her. But we also want to make sure that we all look out for each other. That's definitely the goal today. Is we do have, from my understanding, up and coming podcaster in her own right, and we want to make sure that we support that, and definitely. But we got another 2 minutes before we go ahead and get everything kicked off. Definitely appreciate y'all sending those reactions in, and we're gonna get everything kicked off in a little bit. So S Rider, how you been doing today, bro? How's your day going?
I'm good, man. Blessed, can't complain. Same old, same old. Just ready to have a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Tay was able to join us tonight. And I just hope everybody enjoys this episode. I appreciate all the support. Appreciate everybody that's taking their time out their night to join us to check us out. And I'm good, man. I'm living. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good now, man. We getting some people coming through here. This lobby is popping. So
I think that's due to Tato.
hey,
Hey,
that's fine.
right.
Definitely
I have a few
appreciate it.
family and friends. That's it.
Hey,
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 and y'all let me know how y'all like. I'm just a producer, so y'all let me know how y'all want me to get everything rolling. And
like I said, we want
and we'll
everybody. What we try to do on this podcast, we encourage everybody to either comment, but we would love for anybody that wants to join the show live with us. Come on, don't feel afraid. Like I said, we're not here to judge, we're not here to argue. If you got a point that you want to make, feel free. Like, we here to learn from y'all, just like, we just here to have a conversation. But we want to also just hear from different perspectives as well. That's the main thing about this podcast.
Killing, listening on the road, definitely appreciate that, bro. That means a lot, man. Definitely check out our guest today over at Tay Talks Podcast. That's who our guest is, Killing. Appreciate you, bro. All right, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get the show kicked off. And y'all definitely once again appreciate y'all for joining, and we'll see y'all after the intro. Anything else, bro, before I click this button?
Let's get the show started, man.
All right, Tay, anything else before I click this button?
No, sir. I'm ready.
All right, catch y'all after the intro. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is ZiggytheBeast, and I am the co-host of Let's Hash It Out podcast. And this is episode 4 that we're bringing to you today with Tay Talk and S Rider. And S Rider, go ahead and talk to us about what's going on today, bro.
Not much, man. How everybody doing? Thank you to everyone that's out there watching us live right now. Thank y'all for your support and taking your time out to join us tonight. Before I get into any type of conversation tonight, Zach, I would like to give Tay the floor. Once again, Tay, to everybody, who you are, tell them about your podcast, tell them a little bit about yourself before we start the conversation.
Okay, so my name is Taylor. Tay Talks Podcast is something that I started branching off from something else that I'm in the process of working on. In the beginning, I wanted to do a podcast that was about moms and things that moms go to and through being that I was a new mom. But then I realized there's so much more that I want to talk about. And then I enjoyed deep conversations with others. And then I tuned into a few podcasts and I'm like, okay, I can see myself doing this. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy hearing other people's opinions. But my goal with my podcast is to engage with people, to have conversations that we normally don't have. Conversations that are uncomfortable about depression or personal issues, family issues, things that normally outside of your home or outside of your close family and friends, you don't speak about. Because people don't realize there's a lot of people go through a lot of the same things. We just don't talk about it. Until one day you find that one person, like for me, I think I've expressed a couple things to a few people and they're like, wow, you've been through that too? And it's like, yeah, but we don't realize a lot of people are scared to talk about things out of fear of being judged or what other people would think or how they would look at them. So Tay Talks is a place that I created for me, those around me, and anyone who wants to be involved to hear these conversations and engage in these conversations so that they can be comfortable being who they are. And a lot of people, we don't realize, a lot of people go through things because they don't have anyone to talk to, or they feel like they're the only person who has gone through this or is going through this. So yeah,
I think that's
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that's a dope podcast. Like, I think that will be an excellent podcast because I think what we try to do here as well is have conversations that are uncomfortable, and try to, what I'm saying, help people as well. Like we're just not here just to talk about the normal. Like we want to reach out to people that's really going through certain situations, but we also want to help people and give people advice and same vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like we like to interact with our audience too and just, get the feedback. So I like that. I like that concept. That's a very dope concept. So
That's a pretty dope concept. And the one thing that she said in that stood out to me was that she likes, hearing the people's different opinion. And
right.
I think that's important, because a lot of things that people bring to the table, sometimes people get a little caught up in the emotion of everything. And at the end of the day, it's an opinion. It's okay to agree to disagree.
Right.
It's okay to, and that's why it's kind of like how we started this thing. We hash things out because it's a difference of opinion.
Right.
And I think that's something that is a breath of fresh air with how you explained your podcast. And I'm definitely excited to see where you go with that.
Thank you.
Right.
I guess one last question about that. Have you started yet, or
I haven't started
so
yet.
you haven't started yet? Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
Right now, I'm working on my LLC.
Okay.
I also have some things in the work for promotion, and
Understand.
I'm
Yes,
looking to launch early June. June 4th is my goal.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start recording in May. Just a few segments to be ahead of it. Sometimes I'll be live. Sometimes I'll just post on podcasts for like iPhones and different things of that sort. But my goal is to engage and get to as many people as possible.
Okay, definitely understand
So
that.
it'll always be a conversation type of situation, not
Right.
just me talking, babbling on.
Definitely understand that. Well, once again, like we said before, any way we can help out with that, just let us know.
I appreciate that.
All right, bro. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our first segment, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and start that off.
Okay, you can just leave everybody up for right now because I know everybody see at the bottom there's a question, right? So are there exceptions with cheating? And what I mean by that is I've had conversations with certain people, right? And women, this is pretty much a question for the women out there. Certain women has expressed to me that they would tolerate a man cheating if he was taking care of the household, bills, the kids, making sure you good, whatever the case it is that a woman feels secure and protected, right? My question to women out there is, I want to know if this is this really a thing out here? Because to me, I just don't see a woman allowing a man just to be out there just cheating, right? And I'm not saying she knows he's cheating, but her intuition might be like, just certain actions, certain things that he do.
Evan said, "Where these women at?"
They got him out here, bro. Trust me. But at the same time, though, I just need to know, Tay, like, where do you stand at on that type of question? Like, where do you feel like, is that even possible? Would you even tolerate that type
That's
of?
all.
No.
So
I would say this.
yeah, go ahead.
Let's start off here. When it comes to cheating, to me, it's a lot of things that play a role in it. I feel like it's generational things. I also feel like additional to that, it's the people that you surround yourself by. And then I think it also goes back to your family, how you were raised and things of that sort. Let's start off with the family part of it. When you go in and as a woman, let's say you have a cousin and you watched her cousin do everything for his family, anything you could think of, she has nothing to worry about, the kids have nothing to worry about, but you've seen him with another woman, or you see or know of him with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go back in your mind and then you're saying to yourself, like, damn, I thought this family member was perfect, picture perfect. But then I come to realize, okay, he cheats. So then as a woman, in my mind, I also go to say, okay, well, does she know he's cheating, or how does that go? So then it goes back to say, to me, when I go into dating and think about marriage and a family, I go into thinking like, okay, well, what are my expectations? Mm-hmm. Of course, any woman, I would say you want a faithful man. You want a man that only has eyes for you, only wants to be with you, is all about you.
Right.
Then the question is, you do run into females who are like, you know what? Well, he may do what he do, but this is, I know where I stand in his life. You have some females who feel like that. For me, on the other hand, it's an uncomfortable situation. Because in my mind, you go to, and men don't realize this, but women go to questioning things about themselves when they go to doing what they're doing. Yeah, because a man can tell you everything is perfect about you, but I still have this feeling to do this. So clearly something isn't perfect in a woman's mind because you still want to do this.
Right. So what I'm saying is, do you think women would tolerate, and I'm just asking a question, like, do you think women would tolerate cheating because they're so dependent on that man because what he's providing? Because I feel like there's a time frame with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might tolerate it. You might be like, look, he taking care of all the bills. He taking care of the children. Like you said, he's not going to leave you no matter what. But what if he runs into a situation where whoever he's fooling with on the side, what if he just start having more feelings for her? You know what I'm saying? Like, he still wants you and he still does for you, but at some point, feelings might get involved. Or what if he has the occasional slip up of, hey, he might have unprotected sex and get that side piece or that extra woman pregnant. What does that do then? Because he's still taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? But are you going to tolerate it? Are you going to be there and actually tolerate what he's putting you through? Like, because I feel like some women, and I've talked, like I said, teach his own, but they be with a man because they're dependent on what he's providing for them. And it's kind of like, and I understand why women be saying, oh, that's why we got to save our own money, have our own money to fall back on, got to have our own property. That is what society is really about with women nowadays, because they just don't know. Same thing with men. Like, men might feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think a man should be dependent on a woman. I think it's a man's job to provide, to protect, to make sure that their woman is safe and secure and loved. But I mean, I just need to know, like, how much, I mean, can you really just tolerate that? Would you even tolerate that? Like, if a man just say, look, he's been with you for 5+ years or whatever, marriage, relationship, whatever the case may be. He made a mistake and got another chick pregnant or another woman pregnant, but he still loves you and he wants to still be with you and provide for you and secure, all of that. But he has another family on the side. What are you doing?
I'm going. There's no question about it. There's no discussion.
That's a lot.
It's not something to talk about.
Right.
But I say this because I had a friend, and it's funny we're talking about this. I had a friend who just had a conversation with me not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And he was saying that he had a child with a girl and he still wasn't ready to settle. So then he started dealing with someone else, and this girl ended up getting pregnant. But he was still in love with the first child's mother. He's like, this is my world. This is who I want to be with. Mm-hmm. But for her, it was like, closed door. You started something else. There can no longer be an us, because if you was focused on us, you wouldn't have been building somewhere else. Because regardless if you say it was an accident, you are that comfortable enough to be unprotected with this person in this position, so you knew what could have came from that. Mm-hmm. And you still went through with it. So at that point, you didn't care. You wasn't thinking of me when you was doing it. So now we can't go back to flip to say, now you want this family back because you have that family. And like I told him, I said, so now that's a lesson learned for you. Now you're going through a heartache and a heartbreak. And then you have two other people going through a heartache and heartbreak because one person is facing reality that, hey, we're never going to be together because you made this mistake and I can't see myself dealing with that. And then you have another person who reality for her is, we're never going to be together because you love your first child's mother. You don't have that love for me. I'm not that girl for you. So once again, now you have 3 people in a situation that everybody is feeling a way, but everybody is losing.
Right.
Only because one man couldn't say, hey, this is what I want. Let me focus on this, just this, and leave everything else alone. But people don't realize when you playing a boat and you rocking a field that way, these things happen. And you can't be upset with the other person because they don't want to deal with it. Right. Because guess what? They were dealing with you for so long with everything you had going on. So now they're not dealing with it because you gave them too much. There is a such thing as taking too much. Men can make mistakes. I don't feel like no man is perfect. No man is Johnny on this earth to say, I only dealt with this one woman. I ain't never looked at another woman. I never flirted with another woman. It doesn't happen. But there are lines of respect that shouldn't be crossed when you talk about relationships and cheating and all of that. Do I feel like every single married man has cheated? Yes, I do. Do I wish that they didn't? Yes, I do. But that's the reality of what we deal with. I wish I would say out of every man I know, there may be a handful that I could say I will possibly put my head on a chopping block to say he's never cheated. That's a lot of people that you know what they've done and what they're doing. And then when it comes to a woman being in a relationship, you look at your situation and be like, you know what? I wish mine could be that one that's not doing everything that I know everyone else is doing. But reality is, he could be with the others.
Right. And then, I mean, I guess it'll bring me to this next question. It's kind of like temptation. Like, I feel like
the motherfucker.
Men and women are tempted. Let's just call it what it is. Yeah. We are tempted when we go out. If you're attractive, I'm attractive. You're going to be tempted by other. That's just how it is.
Right.
But you as the person have to control that temptation.
What about this, bro?
Nobody. I mean,
remember
that's the society.
Remember we talked about that. I'm just saying
about that.
Remember we talked about this liking.
But you see what you did. You control that phone. You control.
You do.
You control. It's all
you
about. You
control hitting that like button too.
Like I said, bro, you control everything.
Well, I would say this.
Go ahead.
Now in these days, social media to me plays a big role in failure of relationships.
We just talked about. Remember that?
I think the past episode, 2 episodes ago,
she just said what we was just talking about.
They're talking about that. We said social media can be positive and it can be negative. I don't
see the positive. I don't see the positive in a relationship.
No. I'm saying as far as like what it's used for. We know social media is positive to promote business, to gain a fan base for whatever.
Hey, but hold up. Wait. What? Say what you said again, Tay. She said it's not positive for what?
Relationships.
It's not positive for relationships.
So just keep your relationship off social media totally.
Not even keeping your relationship off social media. It's just the things that people do on social media. From the DMs to the hard eyes to the just everything that you could think of.
So Tay, we had a conversation, right? On last episode. Can I ask you a question? As if you're in a relationship with your man, right?
Okay.
I'll both follow each other. Let's just say you see a photo. Let's just say you see a photo of a celebrity, right? I'm gonna just say whoever. He got his shirt off, working out, sweating abs, everything. And you just press the like button, then you scroll up. You think your man has a problem with that?
No.
All right.
Let me say this. The liking is not the issue for me. The liking is not the issue. I promise you. Liking is not the issue.
Thank you.
Liking is not the issue. But once you go to the hard eyes and the DMing the post for the person and sending memes back and forth, like that's when we start to get the problem.
So to flip it,
what did I say?
So I know. I'm just saying, just because I just want to be clear. So we flipped it on the other side, and your partner is scrolling through his Instagram, Facebook, whatever, Twitter,
Instagram model,
Instagram. He see a video, a model jiggling hot. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. It's a difference in Instagram and Facebook. See, Facebook, you could do a simple like and move on. But see, once you go to heart, you're going too far.
Wait, but that's the only thing you could do on Instagram is it's a heart.
So
Everything's a
that's why
heart.
I say Instagram is different. You just don't go.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, y'all. By the way,
you're not going the extra mile. It's just a tap and move on.
Hey, Kimmy laughing. She was there. She knows.
Thank you. But what I'm saying is, what's the difference between liking and then you scrolling up? Some people say, why you just can't look and then scroll up after? Why you gotta like it? Why you even gotta like it? I said, as long as you're not in the DMs and you're not constantly. What's the problem with me liking 1 out of every 60 photos that person? Listen to what I said.
Honestly, nothing is wrong with you liking all 60 photos. If they post every other day and you see it and you like it, there's nothing wrong with it.
But then they could say, what you doing following that?
Right. Come on, the insecurities. They're gonna be like, why you liking every photo that she's posting?
Just like, first off, why you even following that? Why is that even in your newsfeed?
What's the reason you following this particular person? What is this? What is it about her that's making you like? Now you're not putting.
Serves no point liking a picture, said Ev, and Kimmy also says social media plays to an algorithm of what you like. So if it's popping up in your feed, you must be killing that like button.
I say this: social media plays a big role in relationships today. And I was having a conversation with an older person, 60s, older person. And they were just I was asking them, we were talking about relationships, and it was like, yeah, back in the day, you may hear what he doing. Nothing is facts. You can't see it. You can't log into his phone and go through and see who he's talking to. And back in the day, we had house phones. We didn't even have cell phones. So once you go to that, it's kind of like, I have to see him walking out Cheryl's house 8 doors down for me to know. Versus now, a screenshot take 2 seconds to say, now look at your man. And then at this point, TV's coming off the wall and cars.
Well, just say, come pick them up.
Like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
what you got, bro?
Interesting point. I got 2 questions. First, like with what you said, that was interesting. Looking at somebody's phone. Like, do you believe that you should have access to your man's phone and he should have access to your phone? And
it's a good question.
Right. And I also want to know too, after you finish answering that one, what can make, like, besides temptation, like, what do you think would make a woman or a man decide to just say, look, I want to test the waters outside of my relationship? What do you think, from your perspective, drives a person to just say, I want to cheat? Like, because you got some people that just do it because they want their cake and eat it too. You got other variables to it, like, what, this person not showing me enough attention. We know that, but what's other components that can make somebody to say, look, I want to test the waters outside?
Hey, Sean, one last thing before Tay answers that. I have some other people that's trying to join the lobby, but if y'all just wanna view, y'all are not interested in joining in, we are live on YouTube, and I'm gonna put the link right here.
All right, that's cool.
And that way y'all can still view and comment, and I can highlight your comments.
Okay, well, I don't want to hold them up. I just want Tay to answer that, and then after that, and whatever.
But I think some people are just listening. I don't know if any.
I know they had a few people that was in the lobby that wanted to join, but
all right.
If you can.
But yeah, go ahead, Tay. I'm sorry.
Like, I just want to know from your perspective, and from a point of view.
Phones. Do I feel like I should have access to their phone and vice versa? Yes, because I feel like there should be nothing to hide.
Okay.
But I also feel like I want to be in a relationship where I'm secure enough in my relationship, but I don't care to go through your phone. But that takes built up of trust. But once trust is broken, you get to that point where it's like, hell no, I need to go. Every day. Let's go through your phone. Let's see what's going on. But once you get to that point with a person,
I was about to say, yeah.
Right, I'm about to say, like, it's kind of like once you step in the door, man.
No, I'm just giving that example because you do get to a point where once so much has gone on in a relationship, you get to that point where it's like, I don't trust this person at all.
Right.
I love them, I care for them, but so much has been done to the point where now I lack trust in the situation.
Right.
So when you get in a situation like that, for me, I just want to be, when I'm in a relationship, I want to be secure in my relationship where I don't care to look at your phone or go through your phone, or my mind don't even say, look and see what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Right. And vice versa.
That's how secure, correct. That's how secure I want to be in my relationship.
But that takes a lot of like that's
It
we're
does.
not talking no weeks or months. We're talking about possibly years of understanding, and I think communication plays a big role in that
It
too.
does.
That's been
It
the
does.
you know what we've only done 4 episodes so far, and what I've started to notice, and I'm sure you start to notice, communication is really the foundation of a lot of these topics we bring up. We brought up a lot of different topics over these few episodes, and we always go back to communication.
Because I think
You know,
there's society, bro, and Tay, like Tay said it the best. These uncomfortable conversations.
damn Tootie.
Nobody wants to communicate. Nobody wants
Shout
to.
out to Tootie.
I feel like if you have an issue, or if you're going through something, if you feel in some type of way, why do I have to play a mind reader and try to figure out? Why do I? Some people say, "Well, I was putting you through a test." First of all, we're not in high school. I'm not with all that test stuff. If you got something to say, or you need to bring something to the forefront, ain't nothing wrong with sitting down and having an adult conversation.
That is true, but you also get into situations where when you try to have those adult conversations, lies spark up. Nothing satisfies you more than seeing black and white.
Right.
Black and white. You can tell me I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, but then once let's say you do slip up and tap that phone and then you see 8 different names and you like, what the fuck?
Right. I mean, but
you calling Papa John's at 2 a.m?
That part.
I'm sorry, that's your joke, but yeah.
That's your homeboy texting you. No.
Right. But at the same time, though, I feel like you have to have some type of, if you're gonna play that type of game, appreciate it, bro. If you're gonna play that type of game, understand. I'm a big believer in karma. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
Karma, whether you feel like it's gonna catch up to you now,
what's up, Rail?
Or tomorrow, whenever, karma is gonna catch up to you. Know the consequences. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person why would I think I told this to Zach on a previous episode. If I have something that I've invested in, that I've genuinely took the time out to build a foundation with this woman, why would I flirt with temptation that is temporary for something that can be everlasting?
You'd be surprised at how.
You'd be surprised, bro. I mean, a lot of it.
Sometimes you got to think about this goes, and look, I speak for men and women. This ain't because I look at both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about it like that was temporary. You don't know that person like you know this person.
They don't think about it at that moment, bro.
Right? Yeah, it's not person off of physical impulse action. You know this person.
At that time, I texted Ashley and I was like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Right.
And the story goes from there.
Impulse, you're mad. You're not thinking.
Right.
You think the grass is greener.
I think the reason why people don't.
There's a lot of reasons. Immaturity.
Because people, they feel like you're attacking them. Like we're not attacking you. We're having a conversation. Whatever. If I have proof and evidence right here, then what are you getting offensive about?
Well, that's that guilt.
That's the guilt.
But also, childhood trauma plays a role in cheating as well.
True.
Sometimes things that you.
What you mean by that, Tay? I didn't think about it like that. What you think?
Because
that's
because
true.
I feel like some people, things that they went through as a child, once you get to a certain age, it's hard to kind of decipher whether it's not even break habits, but example, if you've never seen a functioning relationship, meaning you never had a family member, that actually had a relationship that they're happy in, meaning the wife wasn't beating on the daddy or just anything that could go wrong, or just not happy with that person anymore after years. Sometimes your mind also goes to think to yourself, like, is a relationship even worth it? Like, yeah, I care about this person. Yeah, I love this person, but do I want to say to myself, I don't want to deal with anyone else and I just want to focus and be with just this person? That's a hard decision if you've never seen anyone else do it and be happy doing it. It's hard.
And you are.
And then some people also use sex to fill voids of other things that they're going through or they went through.
Like such as alcohol and drugs to cope with.
Correct.
So to piggyback off that, so that is, I think that's another reason why people might cheat too, because if as you're growing up, you might see either your dad, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is. Like the dad, you might see your dad doing things, you'd be like, like ain't he married to, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Right.
trial like you just brought up. And you gotta be like, this is weird. Like that's my mom when you doing this too. Like, and as a child, you don't know no better. Like, I ain't talking about no teenager like 16 or 17, because you got a concept of that. But I'm talking about when you growing up and you exposed to that, you kind of be around that time after time after time again, then the cycle will continue to the point where this is okay. Like
become a product of your environment, right?
Yes.
In a sense, yeah.
Right. But like I said, I think attention, not showing that person attention, affection, it could cause people like insecurities. I think that was a thing that we said that can cause.
We talked about that a few. And to be honest, bro, just to piggyback and jump in, sometimes it ain't that deep, bro. Sometimes people just immature, dog. Sometimes people just immature.
So this is what I say, Tay, about cheating, right? And insecurities. I think you should. You're an attractive woman. I see that you're attractive, right? You draw my attention. Okay. Mm-hmm. I approach you, you give me a shot or whatever like that. Everything, what's the saying? Everything always goes good the few weeks, months, everything.
The honeymoon phase.
The honeymoon phase. Then that's when you start really realizing, damn, like things starting different. Cool. My thing is this though. When you talk to this woman that she was attractive. Mm-hmm. I don't think you was the only man, whether you was at an event, wedding, party, whatever. Your eyes wasn't the only one on this particular woman. She's attractive, right? She's classy, she's sexy, she attracts you mentally, whatever. But
man, I'm all that. I'm just saying.
Hey. But what I'm saying is, like you notice. She's attracting a lot of men. Men are attracted to her. So when you get her, if she's giving you, it's something that she's seen in you that say, all right, I'm gonna give this man a shot of my time, which is valuable. He's worthy to be a part of my life that I decide to let him in. And I feel like if your girl, your woman goes out, say like you going out, you could like to have girls' night, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
You're not dressing. You dressing classy. You want to look sexy, but you covered up, but you still look good. Why you dressing like that? Why you gotta have your hair like what? You wasn't dressing like this before. Why you gotta go like that? And why y'all going to this particular place? Men, they got all type of men that's gonna be. Burn. You gotta trust. If your woman is there, she cares about you. Her focus is you. You can't be insecure. You cannot stop. Just like a woman cannot stop a man from being hit on by other women, a man cannot stop a woman from being like, if you go to the grocery store, anywhere, I'm pretty sure, let's be honest, Tay, you probably got hit on at the grocery store, car wash, whatever. I can't be with you 24/7 and stop this, man. What you doing talking to my woman? You can't be insecure. Right. That's where, once again, trust, understanding, and actually knowing that person, not the physical attraction. Let's just get that out the way. Mentally, knowing what type of woman you got. If you know she's not like that, and you truly know your woman, come on, bro. You got to get. I think that's a big role. Insecurities and misunderstanding, in my opinion.
So I would say this. Okay. When it comes to insecurities, I feel like, and it's just my opinion, I feel like women deal with it more than men. Reason why is because most women, not all, most women feel like, okay, if I deal with this one man, I'm gonna focus on him and see where it goes. Mm-hmm. Even if you're talking to other men before you talk to this one man, once he gets your attention, for most women, it's kind of like, okay, all these other people are fading, and I'm kind of dealing with him one-on-one. This is what my focus is. Mm-hmm. With a man, I don't feel like that's the case majority of the time. I feel like when it comes to a man, it's kind of like, okay, I have Taylor. Taylor's awesome. Taylor's a perfect girl, but Taylor's not the girl for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna still deal with Taylor, and I'm gonna deal with Taylor on my terms. But then I'm gonna still have these other people around, and I'm gonna deal with them how I want to deal with them also. Versus a woman, once you find this one, and even if he's not 100% what you're looking for, if he has the bulk of your checklist, you automatically focus on him. Even if you're not purposely doing it, your purpose is not saying, okay, well, you know what? I do like him. I'm going to cut everybody off. You start to notice you text this person more. You talk on the phone with this person more. And then the other people, you kind of like, oh, damn, I'm sorry, I forgot to text you back. And you come up with excuses for them to slowly get to a point where you no longer speak. But to this other person, every time they text you, you text them back. Every time they call you, you're answering.
Looking forward to the conversation.
Yeah, it's a difference when a woman is really focused on a man, and then a man who's he might be really focused on his woman, but a lot of men still have the tendency to, I'm not going to say they're looking for other things, but these things are just here. And their options, there's something to do and there's nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I say this too, as far as like with what I also brought up a couple of times with women, like social media, right? Do you think social media, like some women will be like, oh, well, some of y'all men out here, y'all coming at me disrespectful. I don't like how y'all coming at me. I don't like how y'all responding to my DMs. It's disrespectful. This is my thing. I think when you posting on social media, I think it's all about how you're presenting yourself and how you're putting yourself out there. So let's say, for instance, you can, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. You know, people like to have fun. It doesn't mean you're easy to get with, to have sex with, not at all. But understand when if you're constantly posting pictures or reels or TikTok videos of you in a thong, bra, or even on live shaking, how do you expect a man to really come at you the right way that you deserve? But you out here presenting yourself with this type of image. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get mad if a man come in, man, say, man, what's up? What's up, love? How much money, you know, how much is it going to take for me to, they looking at you like, I just want, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've actually, you know, I've seen women get like that. And it's like, I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, you can't be mad of how a man is approaching you, because you look how you're presenting yourself. The image that you're giving them is like, oh yeah, like I want her. Like, I'm a, what, $500 might do it, or pay a little something here and there, and they, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like women have to kind of get to that point to understand, like, look, you know, the image, that's why men come at them like that, because if you're not going to respect yourself, then how can you expect a man to respect to you? I feel like a man, woman, we all have value. You know what I'm saying? We all worthy. You know what I'm saying? We kings and queens. That's how I look at us, as especially us black folks. So at the end of the day, your image, you know what I'm saying? You got to uphold your image too, and just understand, like, you can't be mad of how people come at you, but you got to understand, like, you know, what you post can be very damaging as well. But like you said, social media is, like I said, 80% bad, 20% positive nowadays.
So to piggyback on that, I'm gonna read some of the comments while we're still on that topic. We have T Dunn on YouTube. She said, she said, you can go ahead and read that, bro.
If you can't handle a bad bitch, don't go after that type of woman. The insecurities would. That's literally what I just said, and that's what I explained. If you want that, understand what comes with the tendency of an attractive woman.
Right.
If you can't handle that, then maybe that's not the type of woman you might need in your life. That's just plain and simple. And if you feel like you can handle it, step up. It's all about effort to me. Effort.
So to play, my role on the show is to play devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna flip it. So even on this topic of this segment, so like, we all hear about these, athletes, and what they do with their significant others and different things like that. But you see that they kind of tolerate it. Do you think that goes with the territory because they are, like they say, high value, or they're in that high bracket, or they're bringing in a lot of money, so they deal with it?
It's one of two things.
Yeah.
It's either the money
Mm-hmm.
or they genuinely care for them as a person because they see them in a different light. Like sometimes a lot of women, it's not the fact that a man have money, because I know people who dealt with females who dealt with broke men, well, men who don't have that much money, but they still tolerate and deal with the things that they put them through because they genuinely care for them as a man. They genuinely see the potential in that man.
Mm-hmm.
So in your mind, also as a woman, you may look at it as he may not be ready right now, but if I hold in there a little bit longer, he may be ready at some point.
Until she just get tired of his
Right.
BS.
So how long?
Right.
I'm not saying it's a time frame, but do you think a patience can wear thin if that man
Oh,
is
yeah.
Real thin.
it does.
Real thin.
Yeah, on both
Real
sides,
thin.
bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Like I said, I think then they're gonna come on some. Okay, appreciate that, man.
I appreciate that, Raul.
I'm just saying, like, with me, I think, to piggyback off what Tay said, I think that's the thing, that people don't want to take the time out to see people's visions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can deal with somebody, they might not have the most money. And that's why I'm saying, like, why would you? That's what I was saying before. Why would you risk something that's temporary for somebody that's been through the storm with you, that pulled you out the mud, that when you was down on your last buck, they was there for you no matter what. They didn't question it. They try to help you in every possible way. I feel like some people just do not have the patience, or they don't have the time. And I think social media, once again, plays a big part. They seeing women out here, OnlyFans. They seen the quick come up with OnlyFans. Well, men paying this just to see this. I ain't got to do nothing. They just throwing money out like that. I feel like at the end of the day, you have to stick it out with people.
Go ahead, T.
If they're not showing you that they're gonna step it up, then you dip. You feel me? I ain't saying you stick it out all through. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Tay wanted to jump in.
Go ahead, Tay.
I would say this: when a man is going through his storm and a woman hold him down in his storm, I feel like some men don't realize. They may look at it as she's not doing that much, but then a woman on her point of view feels like, damn, I really held him down. Like, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. But to him, it's like, okay, well, she ain't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So for you, you may feel like you're doing the most for this person, but then they can turn around and feel like, you know what, nah, she really didn't do that much. You know what I'm saying? Just because, and I just had this conversation with somebody the other day, pretty much like, just because you look at it as this way, that doesn't mean that I took it as that way. Meaning like most people, when you're loving another person, you love them in your love language versus loving them in their love language, because that's something you have to learn. You can only do with a person what you know that you like, and not in the beginning, and not necessarily what they like until you get to know them.
Or until they communicate that.
Right.
That, certain things that they like, which goes back to communication again.
I see a comment. I want to question. I want to.
Oh, go ahead, Tay. Which one? Who said it?
Comment.
Yeah.
The gaming barber. Most men.
Oh, Tootie. All right, I got you.
I want to comment to this.
All right, go ahead. Tootie says most men don't go through the storm with the woman they really want. They get the woman they want once they on their feet.
Let me say this. That's why men go wrong. The one that you go through the storm with, that's the one who dealt with you at your low. Once you get to your high, that's the woman who's dealing with you because of the person that you are, that you've become now, and not know you from your struggle of what you went through. That's somebody who knows you now. That's not someone who knows every single thing that you went through. So that's totally different. And I think that's where a lot of men go wrong, because the one that held you down should be the one that you enjoy the calm after the storm with, not someone new, because she's jumping in not even knowing what you've been through.
And you know what this sounds like?
Go ahead, bro.
Both of y'all seen the movie, The Acrimony?
Nice.
Yeah,
Have you
exactly
seen
what it is.
What movie is it?
Acrimony with Ty G.P. Henson.
No, I ain't see it, bro.
That's
I know
exactly
what you're talking about, but I ain't seen it.
I'm gonna just tell you like this. You will have a conversation after you watch the movie. Because what Tay is saying, that's exactly how that movie is. That's how exactly what he's saying. The woman, I mean, they're sacrificing. And when I mean sacrificing, bro, sacrificing everything to make sure that this man, she's sacrificing her happiness, success, money, everything. She got to that breaking point and said, you know what? I'm done. Right? I'm not getting into the movie. I'm just giving you a short clip.
No, man, you could talk about it, bro. The movie ain't like it came out yesterday. Talk about it.
This dude gave up on him. Look, I done gave you chance after chance after chance after chance. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. Bye. See you later. He finally gets his stuff together with a new woman, right? Doesn't even know her, right? No, he knows her from back in the day, but he don't know her like she only seeing, all right, man, whatever. He trying to get his vision. She helps him out. All of a sudden, he booming. Like he gets this money for some invention he had, right? He get a patent, right?
Okay.
All of a sudden, he got millions and millions of dollars.
Okay.
Now, like I said, she wasn't with him sacrificing. She was.
Let me pause it. That's one of the best points. So what he did was he gave this new woman every single thing that he promised to this other woman, to this woman who held him down, who was there supporting up and down. And then he ended up giving everything, all the plans from the wedding dress to the boat to his new woman.
All right. I was getting to that part. But listen to this though, Zach. The scenario kicks in and it's interesting. She sacrificed her house, her parents' house that they left to her, right?
Man, everybody's seen this movie but me.
Yes. And what he did was when he got on top, he gave her money. He gave her money, right, Zach? I think $1 million, Tay? $1 million? Plus,
I think it was $1 million.
Plus, bought the house back. Bought the house back for her in her name. So he gave her what she sacrificed. But where the plot twist is what Taylor said, everything that he promised her, she gave to the woman that didn't go to the storm with her.
Tootie said, she said, no, she left him. He begged her to take him back. She thought he cheated, but he didn't.
Yeah, he did cheat.
Well,
he cheated.
It looked like he did. It looked like he did. It was painted the picture that he did, but that's when you go to the situation where, as a woman, you've done every single thing that you can do. And then this pops up. So then you're like, okay, we have a problem because I've done all of this for you. And then now, all of a sudden, this next person comes up in your life and you're giving her the world, which I built you up to get. So I get it. I get it.
We got a lot of Tay love in chat right now. She preaching. Facts, Tay. I'm with Tay Talks. Okay.
We have any
but I just feel like this. I feel like when it comes to men, they really wait until it's too late and then they come back. I feel like that's always the case.
What's your rebuttal on that, bro?
That's vice versa. Same thing with women. They can let a good man go. A man might not have everything right now. But I feel like if he's doing everything in his power to make you happy, financially, spiritually, emotionally, this man, if he's doing that, does money really matter? I'm just saying.
Like, it doesn't. Money doesn't.
If he's making sure that you gotta, and this is where I think we gotta understand something. If this man, he might make between 50 to 60,000 a year. I'm just throw that number out, right? If he's doing everything to make sure you got a roof over your head, food on the table, I'm just saying he's providing to make sure you're happy. He's doing everything to make sure you're happy. Spending time, affection, attention, listening. Now, I know some women out there might be like, all men don't do that. You're right. That is correct. Women could be, like I said, I look at both things. I feel like you have to appreciate men like that. Same thing. Men have to appreciate women more too, because it's hard to find good people nowadays. It's hard to find love. It's hard to find loyalty, right? It's hard to find respect. It's hard to find trust. But guess what? When you get that, guess what? It's very easy to lose. It only takes. So listen to what I'm saying. Why? It goes back to what I just said. Why? When you work so hard to be with this person, to earn their trust, loyalty, love, affection, attention, all it takes is one slip up and all that's gone. Just like that. Just like that. It's hard to find. It's easy to lose.
That's
simple.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
But then also, I feel like a lot of women are willing to work with men after making mistakes.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of men don't want to put in the work to actually build up what they broke.
What do you mean by that?
What do you think is
No, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Okay.
What do you mean by that, T?
By what?
The first one you said, the mistakes.
Okay, like let's say we talked about cheating.
Mm-hmm.
So when a man cheats, men don't realize you take a woman mentally to another place. You would have questioned things about yourself. You would have questioned things about your relationship. Even though you didn't necessarily do anything wrong, this is just something that he does. That's something that's in him. He just hasn't gotten to that point yet where he's focused on one person.
Mm-hmm.
The issue comes from that is once you cheat and you do that, not only do you have to build your trust in from the things that you did, meaning help ease that woman's mind to say, okay, well, he's not doing this anymore. You also have to build that woman back up also because you tore her down when you did what you did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's steps and it's levels as far as getting back to a level place to work things out.
Well, what would make you go back to somebody that cheated on you? Like
that's what I was about to follow up with.
Things happen, and when you really care about people, I hate to say it, you deal with some shit that you normally wouldn't deal with. It's easy to say.
That's facts.
It's easy when you're outside looking in to say, just walk away from that situation. It's easy to say that.
Facts.
9 times out of 10, the person doesn't do it. 9 times out of 10, they still hold on and they still deal and fight until, guess what, they can't fight anymore.
Right.
That's just the bottom line of it.
So I would say this: and I'm just asking from your perspective, what do women really expect nowadays? Because like you said, I think it's a generational thing, right? Back in the days, you already know what it was. And I think this is going to transition into another topic. But now, in today's society, what do you think women expect from men? How do they think a man should handle business, like in general? Because I hear different answers. You know what I'm saying? They want a man everybody wants somebody financially stable. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
What is it that women needs to see from a man just to be like, I need this? They be like, I want a real man. They
don't even know.
So I would say this.
Go ahead.
You can ask a million women the same question, and everybody's opinion is going to be different.
That's what I was about
because
to
something
say.
that I can tolerate, somebody else can't tolerate.
Exactly.
Or something that I may deal with, another woman can't deal with. So then you fall into the boat of different opinions that can go around and around and around in a circle. Just like they say, there's someone for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So his flaws, he could have been a perfect man, but I don't know. It could be one thing about him and I'm just like, yeah, nah, I can't deal with it. Versus this man who may have 3 or 4 negatives to this one man, but there's some things about this man that stands out more and he doesn't have that same negative as the next one. Right. So it's different things. Like to me, being faithful is at the top of my list because I know for a fact I got a temper. So it's a lot of stuff that I can't deal with. I can't deal with cheating. Been there, done that, already did it. So a person coming into my life, you're either going to come into my life ready and willing to, hey, cut all that out and we're going to build and move forward from here, or just leave me alone. It's just that simple. But you have some people who feel like, and at one point, I was a little young, dumb-minded. It happened. Where you be like, okay, you know what? No, as long as I don't hear about what he's doing, I don't care, and this and the other. But when you get to a point where now I'm raising a son, I want my son to see and understand love and loving a person the proper way. I don't want my son to see and understand and know cheating, and I don't want that. I want to raise a man to say, hey, I'm a date. When I find one woman, I'm going to court just her. And guess what? If that doesn't work out, I'm going to leave that situation alone and then move on to another situation. Versus bringing different situations at one time, then guess what? Now you have 5 girls outside my house. It's not going to work for me. So you fall into the situation where you have to put yourself in a position to be an example for your kids. Because no matter what you say, your kids pay attention to you. Especially once they get older in age and start to understand. So the overall to it is, like I said, everybody can deal with something different. But like I said, before I had a child, my view was a little different from now. Before I had a child, I probably was like, yeah, you know what? I could deal with a little bullshit. But once you get a child, you get to the point where, nah, it's time to either be serious or we just gonna have to let this go.
Yeah.
It's different balls.
And I guess when you get up in age, you kind of, whether you have a kid or not, but that's a perfect example. If you have a kid or not.
Well, no, because you have some people who 40 that still have the mind frame they had when they was 20. So everybody is different.
True. Well, me personally, I'm just at the point now, you know, like I said, when you go through so much stuff, like back in the day, whether you've been used, played, hurt, cheating, whatever. I think me personally, I'm ready for a committed relationship whenever that time comes. Like, I want to be with somebody that not only is my girlfriend, potential wife or whatever like that, but also my best friend. And that's why a lot of people, they look at me when they say, well, why you always have to have a friendship? I feel like if you develop a friendship, right, you can still be doing whatever with that person you're dating, y'all intimate or whatever like that, but actually knowing somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that. What's your favorite color? Oh, green. What's your favorite show? Martin, Fresh Prince. No. Conversations. I need to know how you think about certain situations, how you deal with certain things, that type of stuff. And that takes time. It does.
Yeah.
But I want to develop a friendship to make the transition. If everything clicks right, it'll make the transition into a relationship even more smoother. Because now I know who you are. I'm ready to take that next step. Just like marriage. You be with somebody for a little minute, you're learning them, you understanding them, you take it up another level, marriage. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, they do have a lot of people that get older. They're not going to change because they was taught this is what it is.
Or they don't just want change. Some people just don't want to change. Some people are comfortable being who they are, living how they are, and they have no plans on being anybody different.
Right.
Kimmy says having a son will change your life and perspective on men and their experiences.
Absolutely.
Because I think she has a girl. She's raising a young king as well.
Since having a son, I would say that I hold a lot of men to a higher standard than I've ever held them before. Right. Why? Because I want them to be the best example for my son, especially if they're going to be around him, that they can be. I'm not saying that nothing is wrong with being single the rest of your life and not having a relationship, but then also floating multiple women back and forth in and out of life around. That's not a good option either.
Right. I actually know people like that's 40s, 50s. They're not married, but they're together. Like some people don't believe in marriage. Like they don't believe in that wife husband stuff. But they believe, but they still doing things that a married couple would do. They be like, man, that's my old lady. That's my love. We don't need no title. I ain't getting married. But that's
if it worked in my opinion, in that case, that's their business. That worked for them.
Whatever works
but
for
I need
them.
a ring. I need a ring.
Well, that's for Tay. Yeah, but see, so Tay said she need a ring. But some people that work for them. Go ahead.
That's what it's not wrong with that. And if I feel like you have to value yourself. You want a ring? Damn, you deserve it.
I need a ring, your last name, and your social. I need it all.
Hey, that's the. I'm about to say that's the. She lets you know what that's what it is.
So fellas,
Michael. Hey, what's up, Mike? He said it takes a man 6 months to get to know if want to marry a woman.
You want to answer that, Tay?
Ooh, child.
Well, I know Tay. What about this? Do women know? What's the saying? Women know instantly if they want to deal.
Yeah.
How does it go?
Yes.
it's pretty much
if he goofy or like
you know when you meet a man at some point, like, hey, I can do this forever. You know that already.
Yeah, okay.
And then some men, you can meet them and know, hey, this is just a fun time. This is temporary.
Friend zone.
And that's it.
But do you know that by appearance?
No. You do not know that by appearance. No.
That's a serious. What's up, S. Dot?
What's up, S. Dot?
Question, because I'm asking that. I'm not trying to be funny or not, but you know, either appearance, the way look how he dressed, or
of course that's part of it.
That is a part of it. But for the most part, I'm like you. I need to have a friendship with this person. I need to be able to do the most awkwardest thing around this person, and it doesn't even faze me that this something I shouldn't be doing in front of somebody else. Like, I want to be that comfortable with the person that I'm with.
Okay.
I feel like I gotta have fun, joke, all that. Like, we can be goofy and all that, but I also tell people this all the time: please don't change who you are.
Right.
Don't. I don't care. There's nothing wrong with having some type of you can have the same interests in movies or whatever, but you might disagree on a lot of things but that should never draw y'all apart.
Well, let me say this. I'm not going to say don't change who you are. Because once you start dating someone,
right,
nobody's going to come into the door 100% what you want them to be. So it's things that you both are going to have to change about yourselves in order to, I'm not going to say make the other person comfortable, but to come to a common ground about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm not affectionate. I'm not the kissing, huggy, touchy, holdy hand. That's not me. I'm not the type of girl. Mm-hmm. But when you go to dealing with a man and that's what he likes and that's what he's into, you kind of start to venture off to do that. Not necessarily that you like it, but that's more of what he likes. But then once you get down the line of doing it so much, you're kind of like, okay, I might kind of like it a little.
You adapt
a little.
You adapt into your partner. Yeah. That's kind of how I was, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to, when me and Dami moved in and got married and everything, leaving the toilet seat up, she want to cuddle, arm falling asleep. I wasn't like the affectionate type person, but that is true. You adapt to your partner and what's up?
Let me ask you this, Tay. You brought up an interesting point.
Go ahead, bro. Oh, excuse me.
Do you feel like a person has to be, now you said, and this is another question. Do you feel like a person has to be 100% healed from the past? So let's just say somebody introduced themselves to you and you find them interesting, right? And you want to give them a shot, but they have a lot of trauma or past. They're not 100% healed.
Go ahead and let y'all.
They're not 100% healed from their situation, from the past situation, but they still want to get to know you. Some people feel like if you're not completely healed, all your scars are for like they healed. Do you feel like somebody has to come 100% already healed, or would you take somebody that's still like, man, look, I'm still going through it. It's not going to affect me getting to know you, but I'm just not 100. So let's just say, before you answer, you might say, I'm ready for a relationship, but they just like, not just yet. And you'll be like, well, we've been dating for 3 to 4 months. What's the hold up? I understand it, but that person is like, the past still got me traumatized. It got me shooken. It got me worrying. I got doubts, fears. So how would you approach that situation?
So it's one of two things. The first thing I would say is you can help a person heal and you can help a person through their trauma, but that's only if that's someone that you really want to be with, or if you really find them good enough or deep enough as a friend that you feel like you want to help them through it, no matter what the outcome could be. Right. Because you can help someone through something and then they realize the person that you're helping them heal from is really who they're meant to be. They just need to heal from whatever situation last occurred. Mm-hmm. Or you can help them heal to realize that somebody else is who they're meant to be with. It can go different ways. Or you can help a person heal and they realize, hey, you've been there for me through this. You're the one that I want to be with. You're the one that, even though I was going through all of this, you still stuck in there with me and worked it out. So it can go a lot of different ways when it comes to a person not being healed.
Zach?
I'm not against it. I'm all here for saying, hey, let's go to therapy. You go to therapy by yourself. You go to therapy together. Let's do whatever it is that we have to do to make it work.
Right. Zach?
Yeah, yeah, I agree on all that. But I wanted to see if we got some people in the lobby. Did they want to jump
Yeah,
in?
I was about to just say that before we go to the
Yeah.
next topic. Anybody that's in the lobby, y'all more than welcome to come on and speak what y'all have to speak y'all opinions, man. So who we have coming on, Zach?
We have, I don't know. Now I don't know if they're just listening or if they actually want to speak, but
Okay.
we have
So let's give them the option to comment if they do.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like y'all could comment in a private chat if y'all want to come on. Let's do it like that. If not, we are live on YouTube and y'all can, watch us there. Or you could chill where you at though as well. But just let me know. I don't want to just click you on and you live.
And please don't cry when y'all come on. Please. No.
But yeah, other than that, bro, what you got for this segment?
So another topic that I think is very important I would like to talk about is men being able to open up to women, like their emotional side.
Oh shoot. What wait. What before we even get into it. Before we even get into the topic, why did you have that? Why you had that reaction, Tay?
We gonna get into it.
Okay. What I'm saying is,
all right. I was just making sure. Black
Ziggy put me on to a TikTok post about a particular woman that wanted her man to open up more to her. Mm-hmm. And when he finally built up enough courage to open up to her, then she found him weak. Like he's not manly enough no more. He's too emotional. He
started crying, and she was like,
he's crying because he probably had something that he really wanted to open up to her about something, and she just was like, "This is not the type of opening up I wanted." Like, does that make a man weak in your eyes, vulnerable, less of a man? Like I said, I'm just speaking off of what I've seen and heard, because everybody got their different opinions, and I feel like a lot of men not gonna really open up just like that. Like I think it's like an onion, layers upon layers upon layers, to try to get a man to open up, like emotionally, to talk about what's really on their mind. So, what's your thoughts on that topic?
For me, I'm all here for a man opening up and saying any and everything that's on his mind, whether he has to cry it out, no matter what he has to do to get everything out. Mm-hmm. Reason why is because you never really know or understand a person. You don't get their actions. You don't know why they do the things that they do until you really understand things that they normally don't talk about or things that they hide deep down inside. Like, let's say I'm dealing with somebody and I realize he does these actions, but then I go in my mind and I'm like, okay, well, why does he do this? Like, what's going on in his mind? What has he been through? What has happened to him that he does this? Mm-hmm. Well, then you go into when he does have these moments where he may express himself or say certain things. Mm-hmm. Then at that point in time, okay, this is why he does this. And then as a woman, that also helps you, because when you're trying to understand why he does certain things, you get the understanding that a lot of people on the outside looking in don't see or don't understand. Mm-hmm. So like we talked about earlier, you get in those situations where a person said, well, he cheated, just leave. But then you don't understand the backdrop story of the things that he went through that has caused him to do the things that he did. Not saying that it makes it okay, but you have two options. You can help a person heal and go through this, or you can decide to walk, and that's your option. But everybody's going to be different how they handle situations and also how you feel about that person. Because you may feel like, you know what, this person ain't even worth the hassle. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to just put it like this. I think there's a lot of pressure. I guess men has that attachment to them where they're not allowed. And I think we have to get out that state of mind as Black men. We are not allowed to show any sign of weakness. We are not allowed to show emotions. We are not allowed to be vulnerable or whatever like that, no matter what the situations. And I think that's why we have a high rate of suicide. I mean, you got to think about stuff like that. Like mental health is a very serious thing. You know what I'm saying? And just like, men have the pressure. And this is not an excuse at all. I'm not using this as an excuse, but the pressure that men have to deal with, you know, I gotta be a good husband. I gotta be a good father. I gotta be the provider. I gotta be this, that. So
then you at work getting shit on at work.
You got stuff at work. You got stuff with family members. You know what
Then
I'm
you
saying?
black.
It can drive some men may be able to handle that pressure, but it makes a man crack, because if not a nagging woman, but the woman is telling you about what the kids need, what she needs, the house need fixing, this needs done, it could drive a man insane to the point where, man, I'm done. I can't handle it. Like you know what I'm saying? I thought I was strong enough, but I just can't do it. I want to do it, but I'm just not strong enough. And if a man can't open up to his woman without feeling like she's going to judge him, it could push him to the point where, am I really good enough? I'm not good enough for her, the person that I thought I could lean on the most.
Mm-hmm.
My family don't believe in mental health. You know what I'm saying? They just put it on the back burner.
Right.
I turn to. You turn to suicide. You think about taking your life because you feel like they'll be better off. I'm just saying, this is situation. Yeah. This is real life things that I read about stuff like this. Not just one part of it. But men be like, the best thing for me to do is to walk out. Let me leave. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not worthy of this woman. I can't provide for her like I used to or whatever like that. I feel like men should be able to open up. If you got something on your mind, especially if this is my wife, I feel like, I should be able to lean on her. Say, babe, I need to talk to you. I need to have a real conversation about something that's really on my mind. And you're supposed to be a team. So
yeah,
it shouldn't make a man feel vulnerable. It shouldn't make a man no less of a man by him expressing how he really feel at that particular moment. You know what I'm saying? But it's sad that, some people really look at that as like, men not supposed to cry. Men not supposed to show no sign of weakness. Get over it. It's kind of like that. Get over it.
But I mean, just to piggyback on what you're saying, bro. I mean, growing up, this kind of that we kind of in that man up like society type thing. You crying like a girl. You hear this when you're little. So by the time you become an adult, a lot of those sappy, if I could use that term, sappy feelings, you kind of suppress it. Like you think about it like this, bro. Like as men, before men even compliment each other, we say no homo. I'm not trying to deride you, bro, but
right.
I really appreciate why you gotta preface all that just to say you appreciate somebody, or like, hey, Sean, you've been rocking with me since 9th grade, bro. Like, I love you, bro. Like, why can't I just say that? Why I gotta be like, yo, just saying, not like that, dog, but like why? Like that's part of it as well. Like, but with women, they can just say, oh, I love that girl. Like they don't have to have that preface before they issue a compliment to their girlfriends. But it's just how men are in general and how we were brought up, and I think that's part of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the times have changed. Like the times have changed. Like,
and I think like we talked about a few episodes ago with that generation before us. That's how, like, and this kind of jumping around a little bit, but when they turn 18, my mama kicked me out. So they kind of brought that same philosophy into our generation. So it's kind of up to us to change that narrative a little bit because, we evolving.
Right.
But that is part of why like men don't open up, and they have a lot of tough times opening up because they get judged. They feel like they get judged, or it can be used against them, or it's been kind of instilled in us at a young age,
right?
To be hard,
So Tay, do you think there's any more traditional men and traditional women in the world?
No. Men and women today in this generation, I don't feel like we are traditional at all. Now I feel like we may have a few things that we pick and choose from, but as far as tradition, I don't feel like we follow it. Like back in the day, it was like the Bible. This is how you do it. This is the way it's supposed to go. The woman stay at home. The husband, he gonna go to work, and she gonna take care of the kids, and that's her job. And this is his job. And the man is gonna be the head of the household. He's gonna provide all the money. Now you have women who we grinding out here just as hard as men are.
Huh.
You have women who like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a great financial situation, so you stay at home, you deal with the kids, and guess what? I'm gonna do this and the other. Now roles have reversed. It's not the same anymore. And for me, I would say if I was in a position to say, and I was married, and I was making great money, like let's say my podcast stuff blew up, then I'm like, okay, you stay at home and we don't have to work all these jobs. If we have enough to get and do and be what we need to be, there's no need to overdo it or feel like because he makes less than me, then he's less of a man. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that.
And I
a
think
man can still be the head of the household, even if he doesn't make the most money or if he doesn't work. That's just saying, I'm not going to say he has the upper hand when it comes to making decisions, but
I was about to just say that. I was just about to say it. Because you brought up an interesting take. You're the breadwinner in the household. So it's kind of like, look now, I'm the one that's bringing in the money. I'm the one that's doing this. And on top of that, it could, and it's a possibility, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it can make you as a woman be like, maybe I can find something better or somebody else. Trust me.
Goes back to what we said before. We just
I'm playing
said it's not about the money.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
What you're saying, Tay?
We just said before it's really not about the money.
No.
If you really love and care for a person and that is good, fine, and dandy, it's really not about the money. I'm not going to say every now and then as a woman, I'm not going to get a little cocky and be like, nah, I make the money. This is what I want us to do. But I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, some women might be to that point. Like, maybe I need to find somebody that's on my level or better. Why do I need to stick around with you? Like you said, you're right. Money is...
But money don't matter because think about it like this, bro. In this society, bro, like with this pandemic, you could be the breadwinner one day, next day you getting furloughed. Because I'm gonna open up a little bit because I was working in the plants with ExxonMobil and everything. Dami's a doctor and she does real estate on the side. She making money. I was still, if we trying to compare, I was still, bringing in a little bit more. I get, COVID-19 hit. My income takes a 45% hit because you got to find something. I'm not just going to sit at home and do nothing.
Right.
So, it's a lot of things that go inside your head as a man. Like, damn, Dami doing her thing. She, she's a doctor. She's doing her thing with the kids and everything that she has with her patients. And then she going out here and still doing things with her real estate and everything. And I'm trying to make ends meet. But at the same time, we had that come together. We are a team because at the end of the day, I can't be comparing, your check was this and my check was this. At the end of the day, it's going to the same damn joint account or however y'all prefer to do y'all banking.
Get it done.
But at the end of the day, these lights on. Hey, you need a new mic for your podcast, babe? Go ahead, get it. Because I know that's something you like doing.
But see, that's the thing.
That's and I learned, and this pandemic helped me get out of that mindset. Because you kind of think your shit don't stink when you saw me, bro. I had Mustang driving around here doing all this shit. Pandemic hit. Oh shit, I gotta sell this. I gotta make ends meet, and then they kind of make you have more of a respect for the teamwork aspect of a partnership and a marriage and everything like that, bro. Because, like I said, that breadwinner shit, that's ego at the end of the day.
Right. And like I said, the traditions.
That tradition, like Keelan said, a lot of traditions need to die. Yeah.
Like, I respect a woman that wants to work. Now, if I'm able to the point where, look, it's not like I just say, look, it's up to you whether you want to work or not. If I'm able to provide and do everything, then that's what I'm gonna do. And if my lady wants to work, if my woman wants to work, I'm not about to stop her. You know what I'm saying? I think that's another thing we have to get accustomed to, like Tay said, and that's we actually covered that. Tay, is the roles being reversed because
we covered that with Kimmy.
Women are taking that next step and elevating, like to the point where whatever you doing, I can do it 10 times better. That's just how it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they actually had a topic that I seen on Instagram where somebody, I think another podcaster, said something about men are not attractive to high earning women because what more can you achieve from that? What more can you bring to her life? And I had to think about it, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm thinking on it both sides. Now he might say it to a point where, you know, she might catch an attitude, or she might have more control of the relationship because she's the breadwinner and all this other stuff. I feel like this. Let me be honest with you. If my woman is making more money and I'm making money, all that matters is if we come to the table, we're here to build a foundation for us in the future. We want to retire early, buy investment properties, rental properties, whatever the case may be. I'm not with all that. I make all this money and you whatever. If you make the money, all that matters is, look, this is what we bring to the table. This is what we're trying to accomplish. Let's get this money. That's all to it. To me, all that should do is, all right, my woman is making this. I'm right here. I'm about to motivate myself to even meet her. Keep going step for step with her. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to get out that mentality, man. We have to support each other and stop letting our egos get in way with that. You know, it gets in our way. It blinds us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with all that. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make the most money, cool. I can still elevate. That doesn't mean just because you're making the most money, I can still elevate.
But then and I'm gonna let Tay jump in, but at the same time too, these women going to college, bro. These women getting master's degrees, they getting doctor degrees. So a lot of men, unfortunately, they not doing that as much as women are. I think the statistics are showing that women are getting they're getting degreed more than men are. So essentially, they would qualify for a lot of those high-end jobs, lawyers, nurses, fill in the blank, whatever. And then so, you know what I'm saying, you can't really compare that unless you either step up or be her supporter. And then what you got, Tay?
I just feel like in a lot of relationships with men, some men hesitate on getting in relationships because some want to already be built up to their highest potential before they go into a relationship.
That is true.
Not realizing you can build with someone else and accomplish 10 times more than what you can accomplish just by yourself. Yeah.
That is well, for me, I can say that that's a true assumption or thought or whatever you want to categorize that. What do you think, bro? You agree with that?
I agree. And you know, I see things changing a lot, especially for women in some of these male dominated industries. You know, you got women that's just breaking barriers. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta understand, like in a relationship, if my woman is just taking care of her business, it is what it is. That's the main thing. You handling your business. You're taking care of what you need to take care of to make yourself better. I'm doing the same thing.
But
we're here to elevate each other. We're not here to compete.
But that is true though, as a man. But like I guess the way we're wired, I guess to kind of more directly answer Tay's statement is that like I guess I'm thinking like putting myself in that situation as a man. I want to make sure that I'm presentable. I want to make sure that I'm at a point where you can I guess brag. I don't know I'm using the right term. Oh, girl, look what he got. Look what he working here. And because you do talk to your friends, cousins, sister, whoever is your circle, because they got to pass the vibe check, not only with you, but with your circle or your person that you confide in for your advice or whatever.
Right.
So as a man, I'm thinking, before I shoot my shot or before I do what I want to do, I gotta make sure that I gotta make sure, man, let me try to see if I can get that promotion right quick so I can, step it up a little bit, or let me make sure that let me upgrade this car right quick. So when I pull up, like, I'm just saying, like, that's how men think. Right. That's the kind of things that we think about before, we present ourselves. I think you say, like, build while I'm not trying to work at Burger King and then try to shoot my shot too. I'm trying to get that job, not disrespect anybody that work at Burger King. I don't want to get canceled in the next 5 years when this go viral for some reason. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you want to get that career job. Right. So, you can kind of brag on that. Then it'll be a little bit more sweeter when you get paraded around a little bit,
Right. So I'll say this, Tay. What is one important quality, right? What is one important quality that it's a must for a man to be in a relationship with you? Like, if there's one thing, like, it's just got to be one thing. What is that one thing for you?
I would say communication. I would have to be able to talk to them and them talk to me. And we can agree to disagree and then come to a common ground at some point.
Right.
Boom. Because I feel like you can accomplish a lot of things and eliminate a lot of things by just having simple conversations. And sometimes those conversations are going to be uncomfortable because, of course, just like everybody else, you're going to go through some things in a relationship.
Correct.
And some things could happen 5 years from now and it may come back up again. Only Correct. Because you still haven't really had the conversation about it to have the proper closure to it. So right. I feel like when Correct. You go to different steps in relationships, you got to close the door and close the chapter of what happened before and have that conversation and put it in your mind and yourself and say, hey, we're not bringing this back up because we're past this. But a lot of people don't have those conversations, which sometimes, like for me, I find myself having conversations with people. And then it's like, we already talked about that. Yeah, we talked about it, but we didn't find closure.
We already talked about
that's between having. Yeah, it's a difference between having a conversation about something and actually finding closure to say, hey, this is where we are now. This is why this occurred, and we're moving forward from here.
Yeah, that's a good one. We already talked about that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
A lot of people do not.
We already talked about that. What do you mean?
We already talked about that. Why do you keep bringing it up?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm guilty of saying that.
That goes back to cheating. They always, that's what I'm saying.
The person saying it to me just like that.
What I'm saying, like, that's a valid point. I agree with you 100%. And that's why I said, but not a lot of people can really deal with that type of communication either, because it's just something that triggers them. It could be the littlest thing that's gonna make them say, damn, I gotta bring this back up again. Like, I feel like what's done is done. There's nothing you can do. If that was the case, half of us would be with people that we got done with a long time ago. But we don't have anything to go back.
But that's not to say that something couldn't have been fixed in those situations and conversations that could have and should have been had the proper way that it make a difference.
So one about
it's one thing to say have the conversation, and it's another thing to say we have the understanding. That's totally different.
Right. So one of our bros, Dwayne,
what's up?
He had a comment.
S. He says it's hard for women to move forward emotionally.
It is.
Okay.
It is. We are very emotional. I'll start off with that. We are emotional to the T. We're emotional. We're gonna act off emotion. We can say we don't care about something. We can say we over something. We saying that, but our emotions are still tied into that situation until we release it. I hate to say it. It's the truth. Most women. And I just
but we talked about that already.
Yeah, we talked about it.
It's over with. Okay. Hey, I gotta watch myself.
Right, so you're saying there's a difference between being over it and actually finding closure to it. That's pretty much what you're saying.
No. Yes. Yeah.
So what would it take for? So what I'm saying is, what would it take for that to close? Like to not even if y'all trying to really try to move forward together.
It depends on what the argument is.
cheating.
Right.
What we talking about in the
cheating?
beginning.
Oh, well, you might need to get a counselor at that point, bro. Sometimes you need to get a third party involved.
What would it take for a woman to come to closure? And I would ask.
Keelan said accountability.
And that's very hard. Who's gonna? People don't want to take accountability for that.
That's the first step.
That's correct. But people got to be willing to take that. You know, you got to be man enough, woman enough.
Yeah.
Then you got to ask yourself, where did I go wrong as that person? Like, did I do something to make you go? And you could have did,
which could be true, but at the same time, you cheated. That's just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying though, it makes you question. You can still take this person back, but then when you start having conversations, what did I do to push you away? What did I do to make you have your attention towards somebody else? Like, what did I do?
But then sometimes it's not even cheating. The problem that we have in this generation is we have a lot of situationships. They're not really relationships. Because the backfall to it is gonna be, well, we not together.
All right, talk.
No, we not together, but we do a lot of stuff that kind of make us together. So even though we didn't throw that title in there, I still feel like it should be held up to a certain standard, so certain things shouldn't be done. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
I threw a monkey wrench at men just now.
So go ahead and repeat it then, because it looks like Sean glitching right now. He lagging.
I'm not lagging.
He heard it.
I heard exactly what she said.
So I'm about to say, if you didn't hear.
So situationships, are we talking about sex? Does that complicate things as well? Or
sex definitely complicates
friends
things.
with benefits, just another title.
And I say that because what you don't realize is, as a man, you have this understanding like, hey, we're just having sex and conversation occasionally here and there, and it's nothing. But you don't realize that a woman gets an attachment. So even when that man is done with that situation and he's ready to move forward in a different life, the person that he's moving forward with, she got to deal with all the shit from females who he dealt with that still have that attachment that he's never even had in the beginning.
That can go both ways though, Tay. Like
it can. And I'm not saying that it can't. It can go both ways. It definitely can.
She's just speaking from a women's perspective.
I understand that.
Yeah, I think women go about handling it a better way than men. For me, let's say you and somebody, y'all separate. Y'all go to dealing with other people. As a woman, you can go and deal with one person and you know for a fact this is fun. There's nothing additional to it. I don't see no relationship. I enjoy what we do right here, right there, and that's done, and that's it. When a woman is ready to cut it off, a woman can cut it off. Most men are not going to go back to still text and call and do the extra stuff. Most men aren't going to do that. But when it comes to females, I'm not going to lie, we petty and we catty. So when females have emotions, like you say, women are emotional. When females have these emotions involved in situations, now we're balling it up into different situations. It's falling over to the next situation.
And I think before you even go, and that's why I asked, do you think somebody needs to come 100%? You know what I'm saying? Because some people not going to want to deal with.
But I don't think that has nothing to do with healing.
Rebound?
I don't think that has nothing to do with healing.
I mean,
it could be a rebound. It can definitely be a rebound.
I'm about to say men
something to do when there's nothing to do.
Oh, men! I mean,
men are very emotional. That goes back to the segment topic. Men are more emotional than people think.
Yeah, but I think we just cover it up a little bit better.
Just cover it up or ignore it.
Right, ignore it. And then on top of that, I do feel like, I hate when people say, "Man, I'm just having sex, man. Feelings not involved." Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, we Tay, we almost at the end of the show. I'm not gonna hold you too much longer.
Okay, you're fine.
I got you. Nah, man, I've been doing this for a long time. It's all good, bro. It's a weekday.
Oh yeah, but yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just I just feel like some people gonna feel like you got to come 100% into the next relationship, no baggage, which that's very hard because everybody has baggage. Yeah. It's up to you whether you want to deal with it. It's up to you whether you want to deal with it or not, man. So that's where I'm at with it, you know. But I just think that at the end of the day, it all boils down to understanding, communicating, and just really really understanding that person. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that person though. We have any comments before we close?
Highlight any comments. Let's see. Kimmy said closure requires accountability, understanding, forgiveness, patience, humility, and renewing the relationship in the humanity of fault. Keelan said, hey again, accountability. If I can go back to we aren't together anyways, I'm absolved from accountability. Men are emotional too. We just lie about it. So that's some of the comments coming through.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely appreciate everybody that's been coming through chatting. We had a lot of reactions on Facebook and YouTube. I'm gonna just shout everybody out. Jono, Mike, Big Ton, Tootie, McGee, Bridge, D, Dwayne, Kimmy, and Keelan. Appreciate all y'all for reacting once again. Just to do a little bit of housekeeping. Those reactions help out with the algorithm with the show to get the show in front of more people. So just a click of a button helps out. So once again, we appreciate Tay Talks for coming on. Miss Tay coming in. We'll definitely be looking forward to what she has in the future with her show coming this summer.
Yes,
and we're gonna hold her to it because we're gonna be waiting on that. And you got any closing remarks, bro?
No, I'm gonna let, like I said, Tay, before I say anything, you could get the last remark. Go ahead and, you know, let the folks know again where they can follow you at, where they can you know, just let them know more about your podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people that wasn't in at the beginning.
Joining late. Just let them know where they can follow you at and, you know, tell them more about your podcast.
So you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Tay Talks Podcast. PODCASS. Pretty much I'm looking to launch June the 4th. And I want everyone to be comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. So that's pretty much what my podcast is about. And I hope to open it up to have a lot of different conversations with different people. That's all.
I appreciate that, man.
Anything else, bro? And once again, right there on the scroll at the bottom is Tay Talk Podcast with 2 S's at the end.
Right.
So make sure you have the 2 S's at the end.
Like I said, I just wanted to thank Tay for coming on to our show. I really appreciate you taking time out your evening and your schedule to be with us and chop it up with us on certain topics and stuff like that. I appreciate our supporters and everybody that tuned in. And we will, if Tay don't mind, she'll be on future episodes if she don't mind coming back.
Definitely. I'll be back. I'll definitely be back.
Okay. I was wondering we was doing too much. I was kind of scared.
Right.
No.
I'm not even lying.
No, I enjoyed this.
Yeah, we are proud of you. We are proud of you and the launch of your podcast. I know it's gonna do wonderful whenever you launch it. And like I said, man, y'all definitely follow her on all her platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And I just appreciate each and every one of y'all, man, taking the time out y'all to chop it up with us. So I thank y'all.
And my last remark is, once again, Tay, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Like it sounds cliche, but we really do thank you for coming on to the show. And my final comments from my bro Sean, like, bro, you've been doing a lot, getting out your shell. You know, you came a long way from freshman to high school to what I see right now, bro. Just keep up the good work. Love you, bro. And like you killing it, bro. Just want to let you know, dog. Well, and I have one final question for Tay Talk. Tay, did we hash it out today?
We did. We definitely hashed it out.
Hey,
that's all we
need. I think we good then.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all again, and we'll see y'all on the next one. right, y'all. This is the post show. So for those that are on Facebook, we're gonna go ahead and raid Miss Pinky 313. So for those that are still in chat, I'm gonna go ahead and move y'all over to her channel. So for those that don't know what a raid is, that's when we as a community go and support another person from another community. And in this case, it'll be Miss Pinky 313. So once again, definitely appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. And